I'm way more comfortable with the crown than I am seeing the stories written about my family or my wife or myself. Because it's the difference between that is obviously fiction, take it how you will.
Until the truth is made public, I do not believe that my family and I will ever be able to find peace with one another. For many years, the peculiar physical characteristics of Prince Harry have been a source of speculation regarding his parentage. However, the truth has finally been revealed. Because of the results of the DNA test, the British monarchy has been turned upside down, and the true paternity of Prince Harry has finally been revealed. In reality, who is the father of Prince Harry? In order to find out, stay tuned. Regarding the true identity of Prince Harry's father, for a considerable amount of time, there has been a lot of speculation regarding the paternity of Prince Harry, with some people suggesting that Prince Charles might not be his biological father. The emergence of these theories during Harry's teenage years lends an air of mystery and controversy to the narrative of his life. These rumors have been fueled by the fact that there are obvious physical differences between Prince Harry and his father, King Charles, according to those who have observed the situation. Charles is known for his fine hair and softer features, but Harry's striking red hair and more rugged appearance have fueled the gossip. Charles is known for his fine hair. James Hewitt, a former British cavalry officer who rose to prominence for his romantic involvement with Princess Diana, Harry's mother, during the late 1980s and early 1990s, is at the center of these allegations. Hewitt gained notoriety for his relationship with Diana. The affair was brought to the attention of the general public when Diana disclosed it in an interview in the year 1995. Many people have hypothesized that Hewitt might be Harry's biological father, primarily because of the fact that they both have red hair to begin with. Hewitt, on the other hand, has repeatedly refuted these allegations, claiming that his relationship with Diana began in 1986, which is 2 years after Harry was born in 1984. This timeline, according to those who are in favor of the royal family, eliminates any possibility of Diana herself maintaining that Charles was the biological father of both of her sons, William and Harry. The rumors continue to circulate in spite of these denials. The uncertainty that surrounds Harry's parentage may have contributed to the already tense relationship that exists between Charles and Diana, suggesting that this relationship may have become even more strained. One of the things that has been observed is that Charles seems to have a stronger connection with his eldest son, Prince William. This has led to speculation regarding the emotional connection that Charles has with Harry. In light of this, questions are raised regarding the nature of Diana's relationship with James Hewitt, as well as the origins of the tension that exists between Charles and Diana, respectively. Who is Harry's biological father, then? In order to find out, stay tuned. The marriage of Princess Diana. The union of Princess Diana and Prince Charles, which was once celebrated as a fairy tale romance that captured the attention of the world, unfortunately unraveled into a chaotic and heartbreaking saga that has left an indelible mark on the history of the royal family. There was a complex web of tension, betrayal, and emotional turmoil that built up behind the facade of opulence and grandeur, which ultimately resulted in the decision to separate, which was a decision that was extremely heartbreaking. At the tender age of 16, Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer first came into contact with one another, which marked the beginning of their relationship. This relationship eventually developed into a courtship that was closely followed by the public eye. In spite of the fact that they were separated by a gap of 12 years in age, Charles recognized Diana as a young woman who was both charming and elegant, and who came from a prestigious background. She appeared to be the perfect example of a royal consort. It was a global spectacle when they announced their engagement in 1981, and their extravagant wedding went on to become a cultural touchstone that was watched by millions of people all over the world. On the other hand, beneath the surface of the pomp and circumstance that surrounded them, problems started to emerge in their marriage. As a result of being thrust into the demanding and frequently unforgiving world of royalty at a young age, Diana discovered that she was not adequately prepared to navigate the complexities of her new character. While this was going on, Prince Charles struggled to connect with his wife on a profoundly emotional level. He was burdened by the weight of his responsibilities, and he was haunted by feelings that he had not yet resolved for his former flame, Camilla Parker Bowles. As the demands of royal life became more intense, Diana and Charles found themselves increasingly at odds with one another. their marriage was strained due to a lack of understanding and emotional support, which increased the tension between them. While Charles remained emotionally distant, unable to provide the comfort and companionship that his wife so desperately sought, Diana's struggles with public scrutiny and the demands of royal protocol only served to deepen the rift between them. Diana's struggles with these things only served to further deepen the rift between them. Diana and Charles's relationship was becoming increasingly emotionally distant, and the birth of their two sons, Prince William in 1982 and Prince Harry in 1984, did little to bridge the gap between them. In spite of the fact that they presented themselves as a joyful family behind closed doors, their private lives were fraught with tension that appeared to only increase over the course of history. As a result of the demands of their royal duties, Diana and Charles found themselves under an increasing amount of pressure, which unavoidably had an adverse effect on their relationship, which was already highly strained. It appeared as though Diana's meteoric rise to the status of a global icon, admired for her beauty, kindness, and commitment to humanitarian causes, had the unintended consequence of deepening the rift that existed between her and Charles. As his wife's popularity continued to rise, the prince struggled to come to terms with his own feelings of inadequacy. He felt that his wife's popularity was overshadowing him. The misunderstandings and disagreements that plagued their marriage were only made worse by the combination of feelings of inadequacy and competition that they experienced. Diana, who was in desperate need of love and support, sought solace in the arms of others, most notably James Hewitt, a former soldier with whom she developed a close relationship. While this was going on, Charles reignited his romance with Camilla, which further strained a relationship that was already in a precarious state. Both of their personal reputations, as well as the image of the royal family, were tarnished as a result of their respective extramarital affairs, which were initially secretive but eventually became the subject of tabloid publicity. The unrelenting investigations that the media conducted into their private lives served only to add fuel to the fire. With the publication of Andrew Morton's controversial book, Diana, Her True Story, in 1992, the intimate details of Diana's struggles within the marriage were laid bare. These details included Diana's struggle with an eating disorder, as well as Charles's ongoing relationship with Camilla. The public was shocked by Diana's collaboration with Morton, which provided a raw and unfiltered look into her emotional turmoil. This moment served as a pivotal moment in the disintegration of her marriage to Charles. During the same year, the couple made their official separation official. However, they continued to carry out certain royal duties independently. While Charles and Diana were experiencing difficulties in their marriage, they remained steadfast in their dedication to fulfilling their roles as members of the royal family. Charles publicly admitted to having an affair with Camilla during an interview that was broadcast on television in the year 1994. This revelation further strained his relationship with Diana, which was already experiencing difficulties. A significant uproar was caused in the media and the general public as a result of Charles's confession of infidelity, which further exacerbated the rift that existed between him and Diana. In the year that followed, Diana took part in a groundbreaking interview with the BBC's Panorama program. In this interview, she candidly discussed the dissolution of her marriage, her struggles with mental health, and Charles's infidelity. The fact that a member of the royal family disclosed their personal struggles in such an open manner for the very first time was a significant turning point that occurred during this interview. The fact that Diana was willing to talk about her personal struggles and vulnerabilities struck a chord with the general public, which resulted in an increase in her popularity while simultaneously causing tension within the royal family. Charles and Diana's divorce was finalized in 1996, after they had been living apart for a number of years. In spite of the fact that it was accepted as unavoidable, the divorce marked the conclusion of a chapter that had captivated the world for more than a decade. Diana continued to hold the title of Princess of Wales, but she was no longer considered to be an official member of the royal family despite her continued title. In the aftermath of their divorce, Diana and Charles made efforts to reconstruct their lives and move on with their lives. Diana devoted her time and energy to her charitable work, advocating for causes such as the elimination of landmines and raising awareness about AIDS, while simultaneously exploring new romances. Over the course of this time, Charles continued to maintain his relationship with Camilla, whom he eventually married in the year 2005. Diana and Charles remained steadfast in their determination to co-parent their sons, William and Harry, despite the fact that they had significant personal differences. They continued to be actively involved in their children's lives, providing them with support and nurturing as they went through their own personal journeys and challenges. Especially in the harsh spotlight of the media, Diana's involvement with James Hewitt sparked intense scrutiny and speculation about her personal life. This was especially true in relation to her relationship with James Hewitt. During the turbulent late 1980s and early 1990s, when Diana was still married to Prince Charles, Hewitt, a former British Army cavalry officer, began a romantic relationship with her. This occurred during the time period in which she was still married to Prince Charles. Diana was able to find solace and understanding in her growing relationship with Hewitt, which sparked widespread conversations and debates about her circumstances. This occurred despite the difficulties that she was experiencing. At a social gathering in 1986, when Diana was struggling with profound feelings of loneliness and detachment from her husband, Prince Charles, their paths reportedly crossed for the first time. This was a time when they were both working towards a common goal. The fact that Hewitt offered to teach her how to write served as the cornerstone upon which their close relationship was built, and it eventually developed into a connection that was genuine and honest. Diana was moved by Hewitt's unflinching attention and care, which provided her with the emotional support and companionship she craved amid the turmoil of her marriage. Hewitt's unwavering attention and care touched Diana. Diana candidly admitted that she had feelings for Hewitt, thereby revealing the extent of the affection that they shared with one another as their relationship grew stronger. The rumors of their relationship spread among certain members of the royal inner circle, despite the fact that they initially chose to keep their relationship a secret. When Diana was navigating the turbulent waters of her marriage to Prince Charles, the presence of Hewitt became a source of comfort and stability for her. Hewitt provided her with a sense of calm amidst the chaos and scrutiny that she was experiencing. Hewitt emphasized in interviews that their relationship went beyond merely being attracted to each other physically, highlighting the profound emotional connection that they shared with one another. In order to provide Diana with a much-needed reprieve from the pressures of her public role and the difficulties that she was experiencing within her marriage, Hewitt's support and understanding were invaluable. Diana was able to find solace in the passionate yet chaotic relationship she shared with Hewitt, and she openly expressed her profound love for him during a time of extreme chaos. Hewitt and Anna Pasternak worked together in the 1990s to write the book Princess in Love, which detailed their covert relationship. This book was the catalyst for their affair to become public knowledge. The intimate moments and personal letters that Hewitt shared in this work shed light on the connection that existed between each of them. Diana was placed in the middle of a storm of controversy as a result of the revelation, which added another layer of complexity to her life. According to the reports, Diana experienced a feeling of betrayal as a result of Hewitt's decision to release information about their private relationship to the press. Many people viewed his actions as a breach of trust, which in turn damaged his reputation. He claimed that his intention was to protect her by telling their story. However, many people viewed his actions from that perspective. The tensions that were already present in Diana and Charles's marriage escalated as a result of this revelation. Speculation about Prince Harry's paternity was one of the persistent rumors that circulated about their relationship. Because of the striking similarity in their red hair, some people found themselves wondering whether or not Hewitt could be Harry's biological father. These allegations were categorically refuted by both Hewitt and Diana, who brought to light the fact that their relationship started after Harry was born. The paternity rumors were consistently disregarded by Hewitt as being without foundation. By confirming in her famous interview with Panorama in 1995 that she had not met Hewitt until after Harry was born, Diana effectively put an end to these rumors and speculations. The unrelenting scrutiny from the public and Hewitt's extended commitments to the military ultimately led to the dissolution of the romantic relationship that existed between Diana and Hewitt. Diana, who was caught in the crossfire of her affair and the ongoing difficulties she was experiencing in her marriage, struggled with feelings of abandonment and betrayal. Despite the fact that they had separated, Hewitt continued to communicate with Diana on a certain level for a period of time. and there were reports of occasional exchanges between the two celebrities. In spite of this, Diana's connection with her children and the charitable work she did gradually deteriorated as she focused on both matters. After the breakup, Hewitt was confronted with a number of significant challenges. He suffered damage to his reputation as a result of his involvement in the scandal and the subsequent scrutiny from the public. While he was attempting to avoid the attention of the public, he struggled with a number of personal issues, including financial difficulties and concerns regarding his mental health. In spite of these challenges, Hewitt has repeatedly stated in interviews that his relationship with Diana was personally significant to him and that he had no intention of causing her harm by discussing it in public. Furthermore, he has expressed regret over the manner in which the media sensationalized their affair, which cast a shadow over the genuine bond that they had previously shared. While this was going on, Diana moved on with her life and began dating other people after her breakup with Hewitt, which only served to foster further speculation regarding Harry's biological father. Beyond her well-known marriage to Prince Charles and her highly publicized affair with James Hewitt, Princess Diana had a number of notable relationships that captured the public's interest. These relationships included her more intimate relationships with James Hewitt and Prince Charles. The relationship with Dr. Hasnat Khan, a heart surgeon of British and Pakistani descent, was one of the most significant relationships. During a trip to a hospital in London in 1995, Diana had the opportunity to meet Dr. Khan. Over the course of their 2-year relationship, they shared a profound emotional connection that was, for the most part, kept out of the public eye. He was affectionately referred to by Diana as Mr. Wonderful, and there were rumors that she was considering converting to Islam and moving to Pakistan in order to be with him. However, according to reports, their relationship came to an end in 1997 due to the pressures of Diana's public life as well as the cultural differences that existed between them. Dodi Fayed, a wealthy Egyptian film producer and the son of billionaire Mohammed Al Fayed, was another significant relationship that he had. During the summer of 1997, Diana and Dodi started dating, which was not long after she had ended her relationship with Hasnat Khan. The media started taking notice of their relationship almost immediately, particularly after they were photographed having a good time on a yacht while on vacation in the Mediterranean. Following the dissemination of reports that Dodi had presented Diana with a ring, which hinted at the possibility of an engagement, speculation regarding their future became more intense. In a tragic turn of events, their relationship was cut short when, on August 31, 1997, both of them were killed in a car accident in Paris. Diana was able to cultivate close friendships with a number of notable figures in addition to the significant romantic ties that she had. A friendship of this kind was formed with Oliver Hoare, an art dealer from England. Since Diana was said to have made a number of phone calls to Hoare's residence, there were rumors that she was involved in a romantic relationship with him. This led to speculation. Despite this, their relationship was not publicly acknowledged or confirmed. Hoare was married, and although their relationship was frequently described, it was also characterized by a profound emotional connection between the two of them. Will Carling, a rugby player, was a significant historical figure in Diana's life. The two of them became acquainted with one another when Diana started going to Carling's gym on a regular basis, where he offered individualized fitness training. There have been rumors that Carling's marriage was affected by their growing connection, which has led to speculation about the possibility of a romantic relationship between the two of them. On the other hand, they never publicly acknowledged any involvement of this kind, and Carling later played down the genuine nature of their friendship. Diana Carling and Will Carling conducted their relationship in public in a manner that was both professional and discreet, despite the rumors and speculation that circulated about their relationship. Another person who played a significant role in Diana's life was Barry Manick, who was her personal protection officer and also served as her bodyguard. Diana revealed her profound feelings for Manicky in recordings that were made for her biographer, Andrew Morton. She mentioned that she considered Manick to be the most significant love she had ever experienced. The emotional connection between them was more prominent than the physical intimacy that they shared during the course of their relationship, which began while she was still married to Prince Charles. Diana was left in a state of heartbreak after the tragic death of Manicky, which occurred in 1987 as a result of a motorbike accident. She mourned the loss of a dear friend and confidant who had provided her with emotional support and understanding during a difficult period in her life. Throughout her life, Diana's relationships frequently reflected her desire for closeness, compassion, and emotional support. These were qualities that became increasingly difficult for her to find amidst the responsibilities that came with her royal position. Because of the intense media scrutiny that surrounded her public image, her love life became more complicated, which had an effect on both the privacy of her romantic connections and their longevity. In spite of these obstacles, Diana's relationships and friendships shed light on various aspects of her personality, demonstrating her desire to find love and happiness outside of the confines of her royal duties. The depth of Diana's emotional capacity and her desire for meaningful relationships that went beyond the constraints of her royal status are highlighted by her ability to forge deep connections with those around her, whether it be with a rugby player like Will Carling or her devoted bodyguard Barry Manick. Her ability to do so demonstrates the depth of her emotional capacity. A night of chaos and confusion when the world lost Princess Diana. The night of Princess Diana's tragic passing was filled with chaos and confusion. During the month of August in the year 1997, she was in Paris with Dodi Fayed, who was the son of Mohammed Al Fayed, a billionaire Egyptian businessman. The Fayed family was the proprietors of the Ritz Hotel, where they were lodged during their stay. The group made the decision to depart from the hotel that evening and travel to a flat that was owned by Dodi's father. They decided to take a different route and traveled in a black Mercedes-Benz in order to avoid being caught by the paparazzi who were waiting outside waiting for them. Trevor Rees-Jones, a bodyguard for the Fayed family, was the only other passenger in the vehicle. Henry Paul, the deputy head of security at the hotel, was the only other person in the vehicle. Photographers on motorcycles pursued them as they left the Ritz-Carlton during their departure. Tragically, the car driven by Princess Diana was involved in a collision with the 13th pillar as it was entering the Pont de l'Alma tunnel. The collision had a devastating effect. The vehicle was completely destroyed, and the scene was a complete and utter mess. Following the collision, the vehicle flipped over and came to a stop facing the opposite direction from where it had begun. Both Dodi Fayed and Henry Paul are said to have passed away in an instant. It is remarkable that Trevor Rees-Jones was able to survive the incident despite suffering severe injuries. Princess Diana was found to be still alive, but she was trapped in the wreckage and suffering from critical injuries. Rescue team members discovered her. They were successful in rescuing her from the vehicle, and she was urgently transported to the Petit-Salpêtrière hospital. At approximately 4 in the morning, she unfortunately passed away as a result of the injuries she sustained. The 31st of August, 1997, as a result of numerous complications, including internal bleeding. The tragic news of Princess Diana's passing quickly spread, leaving many people in a state of shock and disbelief over the loss of a figure who was so vibrant and youthful. People were seen openly crying in the streets of the United Kingdom, and they created makeshift memorials outside of Buckingham Palace and Kensington Palace, which were the residences of Diana. These memorials were filled with flowers, cards, and candles. People from all over the world are mourning the loss of a loved one, and the sorrow is felt far beyond the borders of Britain. It was Diana's remarkable ability to connect with regular people that allowed her to make a difference in the lives of countless people through her humanitarian work. During her time working with organizations that provided assistance to people living with AIDS, survivors of landmines, and other vulnerable groups, she garnered admiration for her compassion and charitable nature. The impact that the media had on Diana's life and death was a topic that received a lot of attention in the aftermath of the accident. During her entire life, she was one of the women who was photographed the most all over the world, and she was constantly subjected to the unrelenting, relentless pursuit of paparazzi. There were a lot of people who blamed the photographers who chased her car on that fateful night for contributing to the accident. They pointed out that they continued to take pictures, even while she was lying injured in the wreckage. According to the findings of an investigation conducted in France, the driver, Henry Paul, was under the influence of alcohol at the time of the collision, as his blood alcohol level was more than 3 times the permissible limit. There was a combination of factors that led to the tragic event, including Paul's impairment, the high speed of the vehicle, and the aggressive pursuit by paparazzi. However, many people continue to believe that the media should be held accountable for violating Diana's right to privacy. even after she divorced Prince Charles in 1996 and separated from him in 1992. Concerning the manner in which they responded to Diana's passing, the British royal family was initially met with a significant amount of criticism. Despite the fact that the Queen and other members of the royal family were present at Balmoral Castle in Scotland when they were informed of the devastating news, they decided to remain there in order to provide emotional support to Prince William and Prince Harry, Diana's two sons, during their period of mourning. Some people, on the other hand, interpreted this decision as a failure to sufficiently acknowledge Diana's significance in the public eye. In response to the growing intensity of public sentiment, Queen Elizabeth II made her way back to London and delivered a nationally broadcast speech to the nation. In her heartfelt message, she conveyed her sorrow and highlighted Diana's qualities as a compassionate person who always brought joy and laughter, inspiring others with her warmth and kindness. She also highlighted Diana's qualities as a devoted mother. The rising tensions were alleviated as a result of this address, which also served to demonstrate the royal family's solidarity in understanding the nation's sorrow. On September 6, 1997, the funeral for Princess Diana was held at Westminster Abbey within Great Britain. As the ceremony unfolded on television, millions of people from all over the world watched it. A large number of people gathered in London streets to pay their respects to the deceased. Her coffin, which was draped in the royal standard and decorated with white flowers, was accompanied by a card reading, "Mummy," which was written by her sons. Prince William, Prince Harry, Prince Charles, Prince Philip, and Earl Spencer, Diana's brother, were among the individuals who followed the coffin in the procession. The heartbreaking picture of the young princes walking solemnly struck a chord with many people, and it served as a symbol of the profound sorrow that Diana's children are experiencing. Following her passing, rumors and debates concerning Harry's biological father started to surface. These developments occurred in the aftermath of her passing. What does Prince Harry think about the rumors? Over the course of the years, speculation regarding the biological father of Prince Harry has been a topic of interest for a very large number of people, with theories extending beyond just James Hewitt only. Rumors and whispers have suggested that other people connected to Princess Diana may also have played a role in Harry's parentage. This is something that has been suggested several times. According to one particular theory, Major Mark Dyer, who was a former equerry and a close confidant of the royal family, is the person responsible. Dyer, who was well known for his bright personality and striking red hair, had a profound connection with both Diana and Harry. He also played a fatherly role in Harry's upbringing. Because of this, there has been a lot of speculation about the extent of his influence in Harry's life, and some people have even suggested that their relationship went beyond that of a simple mentorship. One more name that has surfaced in the course of these conversations is that of Barry Manicky, who performed the role of Diana's protector. There were already rumors going around about a romantic connection between Diana and Manicky, even before the public found out that she was in a relationship with James Hewitt. Unfortunately, Manicky's untimely death in a motorbike accident in 1987 only served to intensify the gossip, which in turn led some people to question the genuine nature of their relationship. Despite a lack of concrete evidence, speculation about Prince Harry's paternity has persisted, fueled by the media and public curiosity. The royal family's silence on the matter has often been seen as a way to maintain privacy, though critics argue it has only fueled further rumors. Harry, subjected to constant comparisons with Prince William and scrutiny of his differences, has often spoken about feeling like the spare within the royal family. The persistent rumors, coupled with Harry's well-documented struggles with his royal role, have led to speculation about how these factors influenced his decision to step back from royal duties. In recent years, Harry has taken legal action against tabloids, citing their invasive and damaging coverage. Finally, a private DNA test confirmed that King Charles is indeed Harry's biological father, putting an end to decades of speculation. This conclusive result, supported by expert analysis, provides closure for Harry and the royal family. Both King Charles and Prince William are reportedly relieved, viewing the confirmation as an opportunity to move forward and focus on rebuilding family bonds. Harry, too, is said to feel a sense of clarity, seeing the results as a step toward healing and shifting the narrative away from past rumors. As Harry and Meghan continue to carve out their own path away from royal life, this unambiguous resolution eliminates a significant source of distraction from their public existence. The fact that their children will not have to carry the burden of unanswered questions regarding the relationship between their grandfather and father is another advantage of this arrangement. You should click the next video that appears on your screen, as well as like and subscribe to this video if you found it entertaining.